a huge inspiration to me. This is a painting he made for his own game called Nobi Boy, which means stretchy, stretchy boy. And the Nobi Boy is the long hot dog guy in the middle with the bow on the candy on the head. This game is so strange that I will just show some footage of it for a little bit. And you can sort of think about what it might feel like to play it. It's on the PS3, downloadable. He's famous for a game called Katamari Damacy, which is an awesome video game. And this one is very much about stretching your Nobi Boy and playing in the space. It's like a big jungle gym. And the world he's created is very similar to Rama's Bosch. It has a lot of strange creatures and large objects and weird things in it. Well, you'll see. It's had a really strange critical reception. Part of the reason you play it is that as you stretch your character in your game, it sends numbers of how long your Nobi Boy is to the Nobi girl in the sky. And the longer you stretch, the longer she grows. And it's a persistent piece of data, how big the Nobi girl is. She takes data from every game that's played. And Keita made the game so that she will travel from the Earth to the Sun. So players have already pushed her by playing, since it was released in the spring. They pushed her to the moon, and then she made it to Venus, actually, just very recently, or maybe Jupiter is where she made it to. So she's moving through the galaxy very slowly. So he's making a version for the iPhone, and if you have one, you should download it and stretch so she can keep going. What's great about this game is that it feels really weird. It just feels like you're in a completely different space than anything you've ever experienced before. It feels alien, and it has these childish mechanics, like eating and pooping stuff out and getting longer and then snapping back. In this unfamiliar universe, which feels like a dream. And it really makes you connect with what it felt like to play with toys, with small things when you were a small child, when everything just seemed really kind of weird and funny. And I think it's a very good experience. It's a great thing to do right before you go to sleep, get some really weird dreams. And this is my last video. This is Machinarium, which is a puzzle game. It's another one of these games where you poke and guess at what's going to happen. But it has a really an existential loneliness, almost Kafka-esque art style. It feels very European. It just has a different way of expressing feelings than a lot of mainstream video games. So one of the things I like about this game is the Wall-E-like lost feelings that the robot has. It's definitely not easy to understand what's going to happen when you go into a new screen and you see the world that's out there. It's very hard to understand what the knobs will do. And in a way, by making you feel stuck all the time and kind of confused, it makes you identify with a little robot who's really kind of stuck and confused. And then you really want to explore and help the robot escape or find something or get away. It's not really clear as you're playing what you're doing for the robot, but you want to help it because it just seems so, the world around it is so messed up and sad and kind of weird. And in a way, it's very successful at creating a relationship between you and this little robot guy who's just a stretchy set of pixels. And he's really a very simple character. He never speaks. There's no real dialogue in the game. Occasionally you see the robots go, rah, rah, rah. And that's it. But it's really moving. So now what I want to do is I want to show you a couple of games that talk about a single subject. And then the presentation will be done and we'll have questions. So the subject that I'm going to show you these two games about is love. The first game is called The Marriage, and it was made by my old boss at Electronic Arts. His name is Rod Humble, and he was a huge inspiration for me as well. Very great person. He wanted to build a game that was about what it felt like to be in a relationship, in a long, married relationship. And so I'm going to tab out of my presentation now, and I'm going to start it. When you play this game, you're not supposed to do very much. So I won't do anything for a while. It has no soundtrack except for your phone. So you can see that